CurtisRCarlson, Innovation, the 5 Disciplines for Creating What Customers Want. Welcome to the fascinating world of innovation, the 5 Disciplines for Creating What Customers Want by CurtisRCarlson. This book summary delves into the nature of innovation, the challenges it faces, and its impact on society. It examines how innovations, such as coffee, the printing press, margarine, and transgenic plants, have disrupted existing norms and faced resistance from various quarters. The summary highlights the importance of understanding people's concerns and values when introducing new technologies, while also recognizing the potential benefits and long-term shifts they can bring about. Prepare to explore the battles over innovations, the factors that contribute to their acceptance or resistance, and the broader implications for society and decision-making of introducing transformative technologies.
Economist Schumpeter's views on innovation. Economist Joseph Schumpeter believed that innovation plays a crucial role in transforming economies. While the focus is usually on how innovation generates economic evolution, Schumpeter highlighted the role entrepreneurs play in that evolution. Though some people oppose technological advancements, it is imperative to embrace change. Many social issues can arise with such reluctance, including income inequality and apprehensions about technological distribution. Innovation clashes with conventional values that prioritize stability, and societies must adapt as people seek engagement in decision-making. In short, Schumpeter's views urge people to embrace innovation, despite short-term risks, for the benefits it offers in the long run. The clash between tradition and innovation. The world faces a myriad of challenges, from security issues to sustainability, and technology is increasingly being used to solve them. However, this clash between tradition and innovation can have unforeseen consequences. Developing nations may bypass certain stages, but automation leads to job displacement and uncertainty. Pesticides, for example, are used widely despite the unknown implications and potential damage. It is important to consider the potential negative effects of transformative technologies, as they often only reveal themselves after the fact. The rise of coffee culture. From its humble beginnings, coffee faced opposition as it spread to new regions. However, the superiority of the stimulant helped secure its popularity and challenge existing markets. As coffeehouses emerged, they became social hubs that welcomed classes, and the drink became a symbol of free speech and secularization in religious countries. The importers and merchants involved in the coffee trade became wealthy, marking a significant shift in economic power. Today, coffee culture is an integral part of many societies worldwide. Islam and the printing press. The Islamic world resisted the printing press despite the availability of the technology in China. Unlike Christianity, Islam regarded the oral transmission of religious knowledge as sacred. Mechanical reproduction would threaten the teacher-student relationship and make society more secular. Muslim opposition to printing lasted almost 4 centuries before they adopted Western concepts and technologies. The rise of margarine. In the 1870s, butter prices in France doubled, leading the government to seek an alternative to feed its soldiers. Chemist Hippolyte Mejmouris created margarine and won a prize offered by Emperor Napoleon III. However, when Mejmouris brought margarine to America, dairy farmers viewed it as a threat to their livelihoods. Despite the opposition from the National Dairy Council, Americans consumed 4 times as much margarine as butter by the 1950s. The story illustrates how government policies can promote innovation, and how innovations that face initial resistance can ultimately triumph in the long run. Tractors or horses? The advent of tractors in American farming after the Civil War signified a significant transformation. Although most farmers still preferred draft animals, the need to farm larger expanses of land led to the rise of tractors. It took a while for companies to innovate a tractor that could compete with horses in terms of reliability. The Horse Association of America emerged, arguing the moral issue of choosing horses over tractors and bolstering their advocacy with claims of tractors' unreliability. Despite resistance, tractors eventually became the norm, and the Horse Association shifted its focus towards recreational horse ownership. From ice to innovation. In the early 19th century, only the wealthy used ice for luxury items like chilled drinks. When the Civil War prevented transportation of ice to the South, scientists started developing alternatives for refrigeration. Shifting climate, pollution, and disease outbreaks dampened trust in natural ice. An artificial refrigeration industry emerged, but the natural ice industry fought back with ads and booklets. People opposed mechanical refrigeration as it increased the cost of living and could manipulate food prices. Although early mechanical refrigeration had hazards like fires and explosions, the industry continued to grow because of the innovations in technology that provided low-cost solutions to persistent problems. From part-time performers to royalties, the music industry evolution. In the 19th century, musicians struggled to earn a living as their craft was not highly respected and they often had to hold other jobs. Organized musicians fought for better status, and recording technology made music more accessible, causing a threat to live performance income. The American Federation of Musicians responded by banning recorded music, leading to public backlash. However, they eventually won contracts that paid royalties, securing the livelihoods of musicians and changing the music industry forever. The AC/DC battle. The book tells the story of the fierce competition between Thomas Edison and George Westinghouse over the adoption of electricity. Edison favored direct current, DC, while Westinghouse supported alternating current, AC. It also highlights the importance of innovation resistance and the difficulties both inventors encountered while trying to win the public over. Edison used his influence in the press to demonize AC, but Westinghouse remained firm and eventually prevailed, ushering in a new era of electric lighting and power. Innovative transgenic crops. To address concerns about safety and pesticide use in food supplies, scientists have developed transgenic crops that generate their own toxins against pests. These crops require less pesticide, water and fertilizer than unmodified plants. However, there are still concerns about the safety of genetically modified plants. Corporations have heavily invested in transgenic plants, but public distrust could restrict scientific research and generate conflicts of interest. Although the U.S. has established a framework for evaluating transgenic crops, the EU has suspended transgenic crop authorization, leading to other countries following suit. Meeting protein demands with genetically modified fish. With the global increase in population comes a rise in demand for protein, resulting in overfishing and unsustainable ecosystems. Fish farming is a new source of protein, but it alone cannot meet the demand for protein. Companies have turned to genetically modified fish, and AquaBounty Technologies produced a salmon that matures twice as fast as unmodified fish. In 2015, the FDA approved AquaDvantage salmon as the first transgenic animal for human consumption. Despite opposition from groups concerned about safety, the FDA listened to AquaBounty Technologies and approved their product after 20 years of work. Leading in a world of uncertainty. Leaders must navigate the paradox of scientific and technological abundance, which brings about disruption and social problems. Balancing economic growth with good governance and environmental protection is essential. Access to education is critical, as innovation destroys existing jobs faster than institutions generate new ones. Innovation and public perception. The public's response to new innovations depends on their perceived impact on existing values and resources, rather than actual risks. Two areas of innovation that leaders should be prepared for are synthetic biology and technology in healthcare. As societies become more informed and democratic, people expect to be included in discussions regarding public issues. The English opposition to coffeehouses shows that people may oppose innovations for their wider implications. Regulation of innovations depends on the conceptual frames used to make sense of them. Should synthetic biology be regulated like biotechnology or engineering? To innovate, leaders must be prepared to face opposition. Innovation and regulation. Innovations require a new approach to regulation as governments must ensure the safety of the people. Instead of relying on symbolic gestures, legislators must have an empirical foundation. People's concerns must be taken into consideration, and educated skeptics should not be treated as ignorant adversaries.
In conclusion, innovation, the 5 disciplines for creating what customers want, illustrates the complex relationship between society and innovation. The book's summary emphasizes that innovations often disrupt traditional norms, face resistance, and ignite debates over values and cultural identity. Understanding the concerns, values, and motivations of the people who resist or support innovations is crucial for successful integration and acceptance. It also teaches readers that people's resistance to innovation is not always rooted in ignorance, but can emerge from a genuine understanding of risks and broader implications. As the world continues to face numerous challenges and demands for sustainable solutions, it is crucial for leaders to recognize the importance of fostering open discussions, embracing change, and striking the right balance between technological progress and societal values.